Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Former most wanted recently released from prison among two shot dead. Two men, one said to have been a former gangster, were shot dead by gunmen in Prosper Hall near Ocho in St. Anne on Saturday. The deceased has been identified as 29-year-old Kevin Rattigan, alias Gigas, and 57-year-old Anthony Bailey, both of Prosper Hall. The Ocho police reported that about 9 p.m., the men were engaged in a conversation at their fence when they were pounced upon by armed men. The assailants later opened gunfire, hitting the two targeted men before escaping from the scene. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, the men were observed with multiple gunshot wounds. They were later pronounced dead at hospital. Rattigan, reputed to have been a former gang member of the new dismantled St. Anne-based After Dark gang, had recently returned from prison after serving time for manslaughter. The charge stemmed from the May 29, 2015 shooting death of 16-year-old Maurice Cox Jr. The teen was said to have been accidentally shot by Rattigan at a house in Sandy Grove Lime Hall in St. Anne. Shortly after the incident, Rattigan fled the Lime Hall area and was on the run for more than a year. This resulted in him being featured on the island's most wanted list. He was eventually nabbed in Ocho Rios on September of 2016. Rattigan, who pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of manslaughter in relation to the teen's death, was sentenced to 4 years in prison on February 21, 2017. The allegations against him then were that Rattigan and other friends, including Cox Jr., were at the house of another man, Rashad Moss, in a section of Lime Hall in May of 2015. They were reportedly singing songs about guns and girls while a gun was being played with by the men. Moss was reportedly asleep in another section of the house at the time. It is further alleged that Rattigan was cleaning the gun when it went off and Cox Jr. was shot and injured. He was taken to hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. For his part, Moss was alleged to have hidden the illegal firearm, which to date has not been recovered, and he also attempted to clean the blood from his house to conceal evidence of the crime. For that offense, he was charged for being an accessory to murder and was subsequently offered bail. Moss, who went by the alias Shot and was also a reputed member of the After Dark gang, was shot dead at his car wash and bar business in Clamstead District in Lime Hall on Friday, March 22, 2019. At the time of his death, Moss was on bail for the murder of Damian Campbell, alias Iron Man, who was shot and killed in Lime Hall on January 5, 2016. Moss had several other major brushes with the law, including being classified as one of St. Anne's most notorious criminals. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.